Are you always running from situations or procrastinating doing things that are long overdue getting done? Do you keep trying to get out of this state, but every time you try, you only fail at it? Could you be in a state that you seem to be comfortable with on one hand, but you hate it on the other? Perhaps you are in the flight mode. Take a listen to this podcast to help propel you into a place of freedom and success. Welcome to my podcast, Giving You a Fresh Start After Trauma. I'm Regina Sanchez, your host, and I'm so glad you're here. Starting over after trauma can be a blend of real pain and some hope, sadness and then some joy. It's a mixture of moments of faith and then moments of fear. There will be times when you'd rather not remember, but then times of excitement. You may fail along the way, but if you keep moving forward, your discouragement will turn to peace. Some days you may feel like giving up, and other days you're running in your race to victory. That, my friend, is a journey of having a fresh start after trauma. And if you are in any of these places and need some encouragement, you have stopped at the right place. Let's journey together to giving you a fresh start after trauma. Join me now to be revived, rejuvenated, and restored to a place of living free from your past emotional pain. Horses are prey animals. Their instincts are fight or flight. You are a bit like that. You need to stop fleeing and get a little more of that fight in you. I know it's in you. I've seen it. That was taken from the TV show Heartland. I love that statement. And Heartland was a show, it was about a horse farm. And I'm not a horse lover per se, but I loved the show. And it actually caused me to think I could live on a horse farm. That's too funny, but that will never happen. But I still loved the show. Well, this statement was said to one of the characters that had dealt with trauma in her life, and she kept trying to move on from it, but every time something came up in her life that triggered that unhealed trauma, she would flee. Well, it was now a time in her life that needed to start fighting. She needed to fight for her life to be free. It wasn't a physical fight. It was a fight with the demons inside of her, causing her to always run. It was a fight with the voice inside her that told her she couldn't make it, couldn't do it, and the best thing she could do would be to run. Well, I don't know about you, but boy, I've been there. When you've been traumatized and it has not been healed, it causes you to have so many emotions, thoughts, and realities to what you do in life that are not always in your best interest. Fleeing sometimes is necessary, but if it's your go-to answer every time difficulty arises or hard things need to be done, then perhaps you need to address that trauma and give it to the Lord to be healed. Does this in any way describe you? Are you one that feels stuck, and no matter how much you try to move forward, you just can't get there? Perhaps you are stuck in the flight mode. When danger is in front of us, our cortisol will increase and give us the strength to either flight or fight. So what is being out of balance in the flight mode? Well, number one, every time you try to work on a task that is difficult, you flee. You put it down and you tell yourself, I'll get to it later. Or number two, if you need to deal with a challenge like you're having with an individual, instead of confronting that person, you run from them and you ignore them. Or number three, you procrastinate dealing with a project that causes you emotional distress. Number four, you move that project from one place to another instead of spending time on it and just getting it done. And number five, you wait for others to give you permission to start living your own life because you keep running from it and you don't know how to slow down. Well, those are just a few of the examples of being in the flight mode. There can be more. But that was just to give you a taste to understand, are you falling into any of those categories? So what is the first step that you need to take to move beyond the flight mode and begin to fight? That first step is decide. Decide that you are no longer going to run away from what has you stressed, anxious, or upset. Now, I just want to say this little statement here. I'm not telling you to get into a physical or an emotional fight with a person if you're having an issue with them. What I'm saying is put some fight inside yourself to fight against what keeps causing you to flee. Well, what are some of those steps that you could move away from fleeing? Number one, and probably the most important, ask the Lord to be your strength, to help you put one foot in front of the other to keep moving forward. Pray for His grace because there is power in prayer. Number two, start building trust and confidence in yourself that you are going to do the things you say you do. If you keep not holding your own word, I'm going to do this tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes and you put it off again. If you can't stand strong in your own word, how are you going to learn to trust others? Number three, stop being deceived by your feelings. Remember, they are only feelings, and those feelings may not be true, but imbalanced. Feelings are indicators. They are not meant to be drivers. Number four, don't let what happened to you have you. Don't let the trauma or pain cause your identity. Like, I'm just too weak to do that. I'm too afraid to confront so-and-so. Every time I start that project, I get so sad and I stop. I'm just too depressed. Don't let your trauma be your identity. And number five, don't avoid feeling something you've experienced in your past. Confront it, make peace with it, and then move forward. As my therapist would always say to me as I was confronting an abusive memory, she would say, stay with it, Regina. Remember, these are just the memories. They are not the physical act. Sometimes, no matter the pain, we want to stay exactly the same for as long as possible. Standing perfectly still feels better somehow than taking a step and making a change. Because you see, if you are suffering and choosing to stay there, at least the pain is familiar. If you take a leap of faith to make a change, or move outside the box, or do something unexpected, who knows what other pain might be waiting for you. And that can feel scary because you might think that there's a chance it'll be worse. So you decide to maintain the status quo. You're going to use the road you have traveled on for a while. And you begin to rationalize that it doesn't seem that bad as far as emotional pain goes. And you begin to make excuses for staying there. Well, it's not that bad. Things could be worse. I really don't need to deal with it right now. I'm a good person. I'm not an addict or haven't killed anyone. Well, except maybe a little of yourself. Making changes can be hard. I won't deny that. And it can be challenging to get into that fight mode so you could fight against what's holding you back. But just think about the amount of energy you are expending to keep the painful status quo. And lastly, know that when you finally do choose to make a step or take a step forward, change doesn't happen like an earthquake or an explosion where suddenly you are just this different person. It's probably going to be a gradual change. It could be that people wouldn't notice unless they really looked close at you. But the important thing is you notice. You notice it And that's all that matters. Inside you, that change feels like a world of difference. You feel the freedom. Your body is not in emotional pain any longer. You then begin to hope that this is the person you will be forever and that you will never have to change again. You might feel that for a time, but the reality is change is always happening. We can't avoid it. But once you get beyond being paralyzed and you begin to experience the change, you will have courage to keep focusing on the issues in your life that need healing or that need change. And you will have the courage to make those changes. Because when you are free indeed. Well, friends, I just want to say thank you for listening to this short message. I hope that it inspires you and it propels you to stop being stagnant in that stagnant water. Just think about stagnant water. Usually, there's bacteria and fungus and all kinds of critters in there. Don't live in that stagnant water. Get to the water that's flowing. Get to what's flowing in your life or what needs to flow in your life. Don't live on the same road that you've been living on. That's just the same old, same old. Make the decision to change. And no, I'm always here for you and I'm believing in you. And sometimes we need that guidance, that encouragement, and somebody to just hold our hands. I've had clients in organizing years ago that she just wanted me to sit next to her while she was organizing her paperwork because she knew that if I wasn't sitting next to her, she wouldn't do it. But just the mere fact that I was sitting next to her kept her going and going and getting through what she needed to get through. Now, for me, it was hard because I don't want to just sit there. When I'm working as an organizer, I want to work. But that's what she needed from me. So sometimes we just need somebody to hold our hand. Maybe we know what to do, but we just need somebody to hold our hand, somebody to cheer us on, somebody to say, I believe in you. If that's you, reach out. Let me help you. Let me hold your hand. Let me encourage you. Let me tell you that I believe in you. And if you know someone that could benefit from this message, please send it along. Be blessed, friends. Be encouraged. Know that I love you, that God loves you, and you can be free. God bless. Thanks for listening. Thank you, my friends, for taking the time to listen to my podcast. I hope you found it uplifting and encouraging, and that it guides you to having peace, love, joy, and health in your life. If you would like more information on my coaching programs, then go to my website, reginasanchez.com, where you can see the services I offer to give you a fresh start after trauma. You can also find my book, Can I Have Your Heart, Daddy, on Amazon. It is my personal journey back to the heart of my Heavenly Father. Be blessed, be encouraged, and know that you are loved.